Ladies and gentlegrams, the sad boy, sassy, sleepy, sexy, red stunt double, gaveling gram got himself into some trouble.
I study rap battles for a living.
Taunting the tiny Tupac twin at his wireless show, showing how far the fraudulent phony Montana, the Canadian Katy Perry, will truly go. To sue but still subliminally shoot the short-statured, sharp-shooting assassin with his fake accents. Aubrey dissed America, LeBron, and everyone who attacked him. So in this video, we will break down his shows at the Wireless Fest. But first, drop a like and subscribe because you are the best. Now, ladies and gentlegrams,
I study rap battles for a living.
if you're gonna tell me, oh, Rapaholics, another Drake video, I'm gonna tell you, yes, Drake is doing this on purpose, right? He wants the world to be talking about the goofy antics that we're gonna be touching on in this video. Why does he want the world to be talking about that? Because the Clips just dropped their first album in 15 years, and you know how he feels about the Clips. He used to have a signed microphone by Pusha T. The Clips was a massive inspiration for him growing up, including Pharrell and Kanye West, and now all of them are, as he puts it, his fragile ops. Now, I bring this up because every time I clown La Brianna for the Canadian clown show he is putting on, you guys tell me that all I do is yap about Labrie, but hey, listen to this. Speaking of the Clips, I dropped what I think is my best video of all time. A front-to-back, full in-depth analysis and breakdown on the entire story of the Clips. One of my favorite duos in hip-hop. And you guys didn't watch it, alright? So if you don't want to hear about the goofiness of the gaveling gram, then check out that video because it's going to be a lot better than this one. But if you are here for the antics, the messiness, and the spiraling of the sexy red stunt double, then you're in the right place because that's what we'll be talking about today, ladies and gentlegrams. Now, as you guys probably know, Drake is attempting, and I'll give him this, pretty much succeeding at trying to make a comeback after the massive L he took to Kendrick Lamar in 2024 and the even bigger tarnish that he put onto his reputation after filing a lawsuit for defamation over the harm that Kendrick's diss song caused him. Now, to most of you guys who understand the fragility of tampering with free speech and using hip-hop lyrics against, even if it's record labels, any entity in a court of law, you understand why going through with this lawsuit is something that's irredeemable for any hip-hop artist, especially one who prides himself on the fact that he studies rap battles for a living.
I study rap battles for a living.
But this is the world we live in, alright? There are 8 billion people on this planet, and sadly, most of them don't care enough about the repercussions that a lawsuit like this could bring onto hip-hop music. They're just here for music. And that's who Drake is targeting right now. He's going overseas. He did a tour in Australia. Now he's doing a festival in London, which we're going to break down. And my prediction is his next show will be back in his hometown of Toronto to show the world that, hey, Kendrick might have done 2 nights in the biggest stadium in the city, chanting "Not Like Us" in my own hometown, but I can still perform here. The one question is, can he really go perform in Kendrick's hometown of LA? But that's a video for another day. See, why I bring this up is because, speaking back on the Clips, in my opinion, they had one of the best album rollouts that we've seen in a very long time. See, Kendrick Lamar just dropped GNX on a random morning, and his rollout was basically the victory lap he took throughout the rap battle with Drake. The Clips really made a calculated attempt at going back to the basics and bringing not only quality music, but also quality journalism and discussions about the music back to the forefront. They've sat down with every major journalist. They did the Tiny Desk performance. They're breaking down the full album on Rap Genius. Like, they're really going above and beyond to make sure that the rollout, the packaging, the delivery of the project matches the quality of the actual project itself. Again, I bring this all up to say Drake is attempting to roll out his next project as well. So with every move he makes, like this Wireless Festival he just did, we got to analyze the intention behind everything and understand the full motive here. Because again, Drake knows that he lost a large chunk of his core hip-hop fan base through the lawsuit, through the rap battle. And you're watching music marketing, music packaging, and delivery in general evolve massively here. And Drake is calculating some very specific steps to not necessarily regain the fans that he lost, but venture off into new avenues, make different types of music that he knows will resonate with more global audiences, connect with the youth through all these streamers and all these guests that he brought out at the Wireless Fest to show, hey, like, the whole rap game might hate me, but I still have artists behind me. I still have people who support me. I'm on a different wavelength now. And love or hate Drake, I think if you're a fan of music, it's very important to see how some of the biggest artists, rappers, whatever in the game are choosing to roll out their projects moving forward. We saw Kendrick Lamar have, in my opinion, the greatest album rollout of all time. But when I say album rollout, that doesn't necessarily mean announcing the album and doing promotion for it. It means creating a whole atmosphere, a whole world behind the music before you actually drop it. That entire victory lap Kendrick Lamar took, that was a marketing project behind GNX. I'm not saying that necessarily every step he took was calculated with the intention of, hey, I'm doing this to promote my album. I'm saying he was setting up the next chapter, the next leg in his artistic journey through all the moves we saw him make in 2024, from the pop-out to the Super Bowl, to the singles released on Instagram, to the Playboi Carti features, to the diss songs. Very intentional, very calculated, right? We saw the clips, again, have their amazing rollout. We're seeing J. Cole try to come back from that apology he gave in 2024 by taking some very innovative moves himself, right? Just like Kendrick, he released some singles on Instagram. He also started his own blog and was releasing music through there. He had a podcast where he was reflecting on a bunch of unreleased songs from early on in his career and really the trajectory of his entire career and how he felt during different eras, right? Tapping back into his core fan base, bringing them that nostalgia, reminding them what they love him for. We're seeing Drake do the 100 Gigs project, where he's dropping a bunch of unreleased footage and some unreleased songs. We saw him do an R&B album to test the waters and tap back into his, core Toronto R&B fan base. Now we're seeing him at Wireless Festival, saying certain things on stage, bringing the streamers there, bringing out certain guests. It's all very strategic. And again, I just bring this up to say, I know I'm yapping a little bit, but it is very important. You should watch your favorite artists and the biggest artists in music in how they roll out projects in 2025, because it's a lot different from 2012, right? When you just went on a promo run, went to the Breakfast Club, did your interviews, and then dropped your album. In the age where AI machines can replace your favorite artists, as scary as that sounds, in the age where the youth is more concerned with TikTok digital sound bites and streamer universities and all that BS, right? It's very important to see how the most massive players in hip-hop maneuver in this new space and lay the groundwork for how the next generation of hip-hop superstars should connect with their fan bases. The one thing I will say is, artists of the future, you should not go and sue over any rap battle you participate in.
I study rap battles for a living.
So yeah, make no mistake, this Wireless Festival was a calculated attempt, booked way back in February, for Drake to show anyone who ever doubted that he lost his spot within music, letting them know, hey, no matter how much you hate me in America, in LA, in hip-hop, whatever the case is, I will always have a market. I will always have an audience. So much so to the point where I could go out to London, perform 3 different shows, sell them out, and bring a bunch of guests out in the process. And again, this is all a step forward to create the perception that he's still loved in order to rebuild fans' trust in him as he puts out his next album. Make no mistake, this is a calculated attempt in his effort to roll out his next project, and in some extent, it is definitely working. But at the same time, he's putting on an absolute clown show here, which we're going to break down. So you might be saying to yourself, wow, what an accomplishment. He sold out 3 nights at the Wireless Festival, around 150,000 fans in attendance in the whole 3 nights. Great accomplishment. Absolutely. Oh, he killed Kendrick, right? Like, Kendrick could never do that. Ha! Think again, OV host. Kendrick is going in 10 days to the same city of London to perform 2 nights in a row at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Sorry for mispronouncing that name. That stadium has a seating capacity of 62,850 people. He's doing it 2 nights in a row. That's over 120,000 people in attendance for specifically his concert. Not a festival, not a lineup of a million different artists, just him and SZA performing for 120,000 people in the same city that Drake is talking all this crap in. So when you see these OV hosts talking about round 2, Drake is going to win round 2, obviously not being an actual rap battle, but just the long-term effects of this battle and who will actually come out on top in terms of who's going to sell more tickets, more records, have bigger hits, more impact. They're both performing in London for over 100,000 people. The only difference is one artist is doing it on his own tour. Now, does that sound divisive? Does that sound like I'm glazing Kendrick? Well, I'm sorry if it does, but I'm saying this to say, Drake got up there at the Wireless Festival and said this.
This is celebration for me. Look, I want to let you know, this is the best opportunity I've ever been given. 3 nights in a row. 3 nights headlining, 3 different sets, 3 different vibes. You name another artist that can do it and bring them up here, we can clash right now. Anybody. That's what I'm here for.
Nobody, only Drake.
I'm here for y'all.
Is that a diss?
Matter of fact, you know what?
It's non-existent.
I can do Valley Victorian.
Just
Hey man, you gotta I need that chain.
So essentially, I'm trying to answer his question, right? He's saying who can perform in front of this many people in the city of London Name them, name the rapper, and I'll clash with them. The answer is Kendrick. He's about to perform in front of over 120,000 people in that same city in 10 days from now. So you want to clash with him? I don't think it ended very well for you the first time. And it's funny, so the crowd started an F Kendrick chant, and Drake is still in that mode, right? Still trying to regain his confidence. He's saying to the crowd, like, you guys thought you could knock me off? You thought this was the end of me? The insecurity is still lying deep in his heart.
Kendrick! 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 That's how we do it. Take a shot right here.
Y'all thought y'all could knock the boy off for real?
No.
Y'all thought y'all could knock the boy off for real? Come on!
Who's coming with?
Like, let me ask you guys something. And again, we're going to focus on this wireless festival and everything, but I got to bring it back to Kendrick one time, right? Kendrick has been on a victory lap on this GNX tour, performing Euphoria, Not Like Us, and Like That, back-to-back every single night for stadiums of over 50,000 people per pop, multiple nights in a row in every single city. Have you heard him mention Drake's name, aside from the lyrics in the song, ever, one time? Forget mentioning Drake's name. Have you heard him actually speak in his shows talking this crap outside of just playing the music? The answer is no, alright? Kendrick does not say a word. He lets the music speak for itself. He performs the song, he goes about his business, goes on to the next show. So much so to the point where after he performed Not Like Us in Toronto one time, he didn't say a word. He just stood there and the crowd was chanting, please perform this song one more time. Drake, on the other hand, has let you guys know throughout various performances, songs, moves, Instagram comments that he is hurt, he is wounded, he is upset. And a prime example of this was on his brand new comeback single, What Did I Miss?, where he croons for 3 minutes about how hurt he is for LeBron or whoever he's talking about going to the pop-out concert, his brother switching up on him. He is upset, but at the same time, he's trying to sell you on the fact that he doesn't care if you like him or you love him. Now, he performed this comeback single at the Wireless Festival, so you guys let me know what you think of the crowd's reaction to it. Doesn't sound like they know the words very much, but, you know, I gotta be honest, I don't actually think the song is half bad. The subject matter is a little pathetic, but sonically, it sounds good. I gotta throw that in there so you guys don't say I'm absolutely the most biased Drake hater. I'll always give credit where credit is due. He's also one song away from beating Michael Jackson's record for the most amount of #1 hits on the Billboard charts, and it looks like What Did I Miss is gonna miss that mark and not achieve that record because it's gonna debut at #2 on the charts next week. A good accomplishment, but hey, just remember, buddy, that Kendrick Lamar has 4 #1s in the past 12 months. Let's talk about the guests that Drake brought out at the Wireless Festival. Because again, you have to ask yourself, who in the rap game is he still aligned with, right? Future, A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, of course, Kendrick, The Weeknd, Metro Boomin, possibly Playboi Carti, possibly Travis Scott. They've all kind of switched on him, right? And again, with this move, strategically trying to show the world that, hey, like, I still have love from other artists, I still have love from other fans in other cities, Drake had an interesting list of guests that he brought out to this show. So one of them being Central C, and he announced that him and Central C have some music on the way.
Be very proud. He's going around the world killing shutting down every show, record after record, from right here at home. So make some noise for my brother Central C. Love. And we might have something on the way. Loaded.
And aside from bringing out some rappers at the show, Drake also made the move of flying out on his private jet a bunch of streamers to live stream the concert. He refused to have Amazon Music stream the show, because if you guys didn't know, Amazon Music streamed Kendrick Lamar's Pop-Up concert last year. That was the most viewed musical event on their streaming platform of all time, and the Wireless Festival, I believe, is usually streamed by Amazon, but of course Drake made the calls to make sure Amazon, who was partnered with Kendrick last year, did not stream this show. Instead, which I actually think was kind of a smart move, he had the streamers, the Aiden Rosses, the DDGs, or whoever the hell, I don't keep up with these guys, but the youth is very tapped into them, right? And Drake is trying to tap into the youth. Remember what Kendrick said, hey Drake, I hear you like him young. So he had all the streamers here, and instead of having like a professional company live stream his performance, he had the streamers taping the entire thing. And you could see him in the crowd going and dapping them up. He's really trying to align himself with these guys. He just signed a deal with Kick. He's trying to enter into the streaming world because honestly, let's be real, which is a very sad thing to say, a lot of the youth cares more about what the Kaisanats, all these streamers are doing, rather than what a lot of major artists are doing today. And we know that they're not really tapped into hip-hop, these streamers, right? We saw Kai Cenat looking flabbergasted reacting to the clip song So Be It. He didn't even know who Wale was. Adin Ross doesn't care about any rapper aside from Drake. He even went as far as to say hip-hop is dead right now. So a lot of these guys, they're not in touch with hip-hop, right? They don't actually know real hip-hop, but they have the youth in the palm of their hands, and Drake knows this. So by aligning with them, he can do streams with them. He can bring them out to his shows. He can connect their fan base with his music. We saw him roll out his new single, What Did I Miss, with a live stream. I'm telling you, all of this is part of the grand rollout, the grand perception of Drake going into this next project to get people back on his side, to create the illusion that he didn't lose nothing here, right? And to branch out into new audiences here by streaming now, right? And associate himself with these streamers.
Los, what's up? All my boys, Taco, my brother Adin. DDG. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. By the way, I'm not saying that to say the show's over. I'm just getting warm.
Now, aside from the streamers, Drake did have an interesting list of guests, musical guests, that he brought out to both nights of the festival so far. The best guest being, of course, Lauryn Hill, which is a great look for Drake, right? No other way to show hip-hop fans that people in hip-hop still mess with him than by bringing out one of hip-hop's most cherished, most impactful, influential, most legendary figures, Lauryn Hill. He sampled Lauryn Hill on his song Nice for What in 2018. There's footage of him as a young kid singing Lauryn Hill's Ready or Not. Now he has Lauryn Hill performing Ready or Not with him at the Wireless Festival. Very calculated move. But Saturday night, night 2, where he was talking all this crap on stage, which we'll touch on shortly, was the hip-hop night. This was the night that he was performing what he calls, you know, the banger night. Night 1 was more R&B. He had the PARTYNEXTDOORs, the Giveons, the Bryson Tillers, Lauryn Hill. Night 2 is when he performed most of his hip-hop tracks and had mostly hip-hop artists out with him. But what's interesting to me is the actual choice of guests that he decided to bring out. So again, with Drake trying to connect with the youth, he started the setlist off performing his song with Yeat and actually bringing Yeat out to open the show. I thought this was kind of a weird, interesting choice. I mean, you have all these bangers, right? Years and years of core hip-hop tracks, and you decide to start your hip-hop set list off with Yeat on a song where he's pretty much carrying you. Sorry, also, I lost my voice here, so I can't be yelling about Drake. He also brought a bunch of UK artists out, so Central C, Dave, one of my favorite UK artists, Skepta, J Hus, 21 Savage, who was born in the UK. I guess, I don't know, do you guys consider him an American artist or a UK artist? Drop a comment. He also brought out Lotto, who was actually an interesting choice because she is allegedly dating 21 Savage, but not only that, she was beefing pretty heavily with Drake's former Young Money label mate, Nicki Minaj, someone who I believe has remained pretty loyal to Drake throughout this entire battle. She was defending Lil Wayne and Drake against Jay-Z on Twitter after Kendrick Lamar got chosen to do the Super Bowl halftime show. So the Barbs were mad about this, right? Because Lotto and Nicki Minaj had a public beef, I believe, last year or 2 years ago. And of course, since he's the sad boy Sexy Red stunt double, he also had to bring out Sexy Red as well. We're going to touch on that too because it's goofy as hell. And he bragged about how many phone calls he had to make and how this was like, you know, OVO Fest, but for London. And I thought the choice of guests was interesting if that's really the case, because the OVO Fest back in the day, he brought out Nas, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Kanye, Eminem, Snoop Dogg. He goes from that to Central C and Sexy Red and Adin Ross. I don't know, man. Did I play this clip for you guys yet, though? Like, look how much Drake is stuttering when he's trying to, you know, talk his crap and show his confidence on stage.
Y'all thought y'all could knock the boy off for real?
No.
Y'all thought y'all could knock the boy off for real? Come on.
It's just you're better off saying nothing at this point, right? When you're like, y'all try to knock the boy off, like spit it out, bro, or just stop talking. Oh, and did I mention Sandra's suing son brought his stunt double Sexy Red out as well and took her shoes off and started dancing with them? Now, the craziest thing La Brianna said, this might be the craziest thing he's ever said in his life, right? Okay, so Skepta, who had said last year that Kendrick Lamar took the battle too far, made things too personal and gross by calling Drake a PDF, allegedly, on Not Like Us, because now, you know, brands won't want to work with them. It's just tearing artists down, right? So that same guy is now saying that UK rappers are better than American rappers, and he wanted to draft different rap battles with different artists from both regions to see who really has the superior rappers, right? And so Drake, at this show in London, tells the crowd, no disrespect to America, but nobody in the world can out-rap London rappers. This is the highest level. This is what I aspire to be.
Shit tatted on me. This is my brother right here, a real legend. When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words.
Oh shit.
I don't care what nobody says, nobody can out-rap London. Nobody. No disrespect to America, no disrespect to my country, but nobody can out-rap London rappers. This is the best, highest level. This is what I aspire to be. And this guy right here was the first person to open my mind to that shit. Go ahead. I've never been in marquee when they shot down there.
Now, of course, he's saying this, right? Again, every move here is calculated. Every move is an attempt to separate himself from the massive loss he took to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar said, I'd rather double the wage than let a Canadian guy make Pac turn in his grave. He pointed out to the world that Drake is not like them, right? He casted Drake as an outsider, and he did so perfectly. Drake right now is trying to create the perception he doesn't need American rappers. He doesn't need the people who turned on him, and he doesn't need the fan bases that come with it. He doesn't need the praise from America, because he's got London, right? He's bringing out all these London artists, and now he's trying to create the narratives that obviously the OV-hoes are going to run with, in that America rappers aren't even that good. They don't even top London rappers. But how do you believe that when A, he got smoked by at the very least 3 American rappers in Joe Budden, Pusha T, and Kendrick Lamar, and B, he said himself his top 5 is Biggie, Hove, Lil Wayne, Young Tony, and Andre 3000. I don't see no UK rappers on there. I don't see all these artists that he claims are far superior to American artists. This is just a way of Drake coping with his loss against Kendrick, coping with his loss against American hip-hop in general by trying to align himself with a whole different region at this point, and making it seem like, just like his song, What Did I Miss, says, he's not missing anything by not being around America or being in touch with that audience at this point. And it's not just American artists that he's dissing on stage here. He's also dissing American basketball players, none other than, of course, LeBron James. If you guys didn't know, LeBron supported Kendrick Lamar heavily throughout the battle. He's a fan of hip-hop first and foremost, and a friend to both Drake and Kendrick. But Drake couldn't handle the fact that a man that he has tattooed on his body, which we'll touch on shortly, was supporting his op during the battle. So he mentions him at What Did I Miss in the song, saying, I saw bro at the pop-out with them. I forget the rest of the words, honestly. He was hung up on that, and he's been repeatedly, as he performs his song non-stop, replacing the bar, how'd I go from 6 to 23 like I'm LeBron, to instead saying, how'd I go from 6 to 23 but not LeBron. And this is just hilarious to me because he literally had LeBron tatted on his arm. And at this wireless festival, he premiered for the first time that he actually got that tattooed covered up. Like, imagine being, up $1 billion, making music all the time, performing, whatever, and taking the time out of your day to not only go and get a man tattooed on your body, but then going and replacing that tattoo with a tattoo of another man on your body. Like, am I just hating, or is that not normal? Please tell me in the comments. Now, aside from that, here's a look at every artist that Drake brought out during his set. And I just think it's interesting, right? Like, not one real lyricist on stage with him from America. And aside from Sexy Red, Yeet, Lotto and 21 Savage, if you want to consider him American, there wasn't an American rapper on stage with him. Like, I get it, we're in London, but it's going to be interesting to see, who he features on this project and who he collaborates with in the future. We know Drake to have used other artists in the past very frequently to try and integrate himself into new sounds, right? Especially in hip-hop. Does he have any artists that he can do that with in the future at this point going forward? I don't know. But all in all, he's trying to show the world that he doesn't need that, right? And I do think this Wireless Festival was a successful move to show the world, hey, I could still go out and perform these massive shows the same way Kendrick's doing right now on his GNX tour. I still have friends within the industry, even though I've rapped no friends in the industry on many songs in the past. And I still get love where I perform. So all in all, I do think this was a successfully strategic move in pivoting into a different market, tapping into a new audience with the streamers, with the Yeats and the Sexy Reds, with the London artists, right? He's trying to tap into the youth and into a more global sound, because obviously he's insecure about the fact that he may have not lost America, but there's a massive stain on his reputation at this point in that region, and suing in America does not make it any better. Now, to cap it all off, here is a vile clip of one of Drake's biggest glazers, the Henny hippopotamus of hip-hop, the Big Mac of Akademiks, enjoying his time out on vacation.
Y'all wanna be on my snap or no? Y'all man gonna be mad? Yo, they was tight to me earlier. They're like, yo, act. Yo, we have like 3 of our. First of all, so I be telling you, all decently pretty got like 5 men. They're like, yo, 5 men hit us up today, yo. They say, why you on vacation with Big Act? So I told them the facts. I'm not one of them niggas you gonna just show up on vacation with. Yeah, we gonna do what we gonna do. But you're not gonna show up on vacation with me and nobody, and you posting pictures like you think you're by yourself. You ain't spend no money. I'm posting you whenever I want. Word too. Like, oh yeah, our like sneaky links is hitting us up. Well, tell your sneaky link to pop out. No, I'm talking to y'all mans. I'm addressing them right now. So they was like, yo, could you slow down on the post? And I'm like, I never came on no secret vacation. Yo, if you got a man's sneaky link or whatever you got going on, don't, like, listen, it's the first time I'm ever single. Trust me, I used to be like, yo, I'm with the ting, but I can't post the ting. So like, I'm acting like I'm not with the ting, so I'm acting like I'm alone. No, gang, I'm single. So now I'm showing you everybody I'm with. I'm sorry. I told them, because it was like, they showed me one of their men said that was like, yo, you want a PJ with Big Act? I can't compete. And I'm like, yo, tell a little to level up. Nah, I'm trolling. But anyway, the point is this, man. I told y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the full 360 experience. Just wait till my coordinates come back in. I'm going to Jamaica right now. Nah, Chad, I'm not letting this one go. Y'all ain't gonna tell me there's a shipwreck where the ship is standing upright. This ship's supposed to be like 300 feet below water. Yo, this shit is chilling. So you're telling me this is a shipwreck, bruh? Look, the ship is chilling. Water clear as. That's another thing, yo. Jersey, I gotta fix up still, you know. I can see the bottom of the water. Yo, in Jersey, it could be like 2 inches of water. You can't see nothing. It's just dirt. It's nastiest water ever in Jersey. Jersey, New York. Nasty. What I'm trying to say is, though, yo, Turks, I gotta fix up. I know 3 from Guadalajara that will get this whole shit out of here. The f we talking about? Like 6ix9ine and his 2 brothers could get this shit out of here. What's going on? Yo, they need a.
I don't know why I threw that in there. I just thought, it kind of matched the energy that Drake was bringing on his Wireless Festival performance. Bitter, I think, is the best word to sum it up. But let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you in the next one.
I study rap battles for a living.